Hello, this is Baer. Welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. It's Saturday night. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to do some building, and I want to check in. There's at least one person right now in the watching. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat. If you're in the chat, say hi. We got a few more people trickling in right here at the top, which is great. So if there's anybody popping in, let me know if everything sounds okay, if everybody can see me, all of that. And we'll get started a little bit. Just waiting for, a couple people to be here before we get going. Don't want to do it for nobody. So yeah, and if you're in chat, say hi, let me know what's up. I'd love to hear what's going on. If it sounds okay, believe me, I know that it's dark right now. I'm taking steps to fix that for future streams, but for tonight's stream, it's just gonna be dark. That's just a part of it. But yeah, I got a few viewers there, and so if anybody wants to just type in the chat, let me know if you can hear me and all that. If everything sounds good. We'll get going on our build in just a moment or two. Waiting for a few folks to pop into chat and see if they are going to come in. Yeah, and if anybody wants to get in the chat room, feel free. Thank you for viewing no matter what. Even if you aren't going to contribute to chat, that's totally fine because I really appreciate you coming by. This is the Build Weird Workshop. We are working on a Ghostbusters build. That's right. We're doing some Ghostbusters stuff. This is from the 2016 movie. We're going to make Echo 1 and Echo 2. Again, have some Ghostbusters. I'm very excited about this build because as I got back into building, I started doing the Death Scythe and a Shining Gundam from G Gundam. Those are the last two builds I did. But I love the idea of going back to doing Lego, which I have not done in a very long time. Back in my day when we did Lego, we didn't have things like this. We didn't have separators. You had to like get yourself a nail file and like really dig in there, or tweezers maybe to like pop a piece off. None of this cool device that helps you remove pieces when you royally screw up. So yeah, if anybody's in the chat, just let me know how that's going. We got a few viewers here. We're gonna get ready to dive into our build, but if anybody wants to pop into chat, now is a great time to do that. I would love it. If you could pop into the chat room, let me know how we're sounding. Before we go in real deep, a little bit about the setup we have tonight. So this is probably going to be our new setup with minor fixes. The biggest change for those that have been watching my builds is that we are currently in my bedroom instead of in the living room. Now, what that means is I have a lamp that normally takes care of all my needs, but for where I am right now, it does not. It is not servicing my needs as well as I would like. So I've already ordered a lamp that's going to be nice and tall and skinny and shine all the light down. Be great because, as you can see, we've got ourselves a very dark build right now. Yes, we're working with a dark area. I'm going to move the mouse off. I don't need that mouse no more. So get rid of that mouse. As you can see, everything is pretty dark. Now, some of that is not my fault, and some of it is. I did not make this book mostly black. Once we start getting into the Echo 1, it'll be a lot easier to see what's going on. But this is black on black. I didn't design that. I didn't choose that a lot of the first pieces we're doing are black and gray. Did not make that call. Not my call at all. Did not decide to do that. I did decide. I'm sorry. I'm adjusting this right now. So we're just going to adjust that right there. You can see the webcam in the shot, and I don't like that, so I'm fixing that right there. So we'll just get a little adjusted, and we'll get ready to go. If anybody wants to comment in the chat, now's a great time as I just fix this camera a little bit and make it so that it is not in my shot. That's how dark it is in here, folks. I didn't even notice that my webcam was in the shot. So like I said, it's dark in here, right? It's not going to always be that way. I'm going to get a lamp. It's going to fix things. It's going to make things a lot easier for us to see. So that's coming, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, and it's like I said, it's dark in here. My table's dark. Maybe I'll get a white cloth for it. That might be nice, nice like white tablecloth to kind of brighten things up. I'm going to do one more quick tweet here, try to get a few more folks to come watch, and then we're just going to get into it because I really want to get into this build. So let's go in just a moment here. So yeah, we'll wait for just one more moment, and then we're going to start putting together Lego. I stream Thursdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. I'm thinking about maybe doing it a little earlier in the day. Now, people have told me, hey, Pat, we want to watch streams at night. We don't want to watch streams during the day. And I've taken that under consideration. But especially lately, y'all haven't been here at night. So maybe I should be doing it during the day. You're probably watching people play PUBG or something right now, which is fine. But I would love to have a few people, especially in chat, because I'm not just talking to no one. But we'll see what happens when I retweet, see if anybody comes in. Otherwise, we're just going to go. Let's get building. You know what? Forget it. It's time to build. If you have anything you want to say in chat, let me know. If you're building anything, if you're assembling things, if you're working on projects tonight, let me know what's going on. I love hearing about it. Otherwise, I'll be building. So we're working on our minifigs. We got ourselves a Kate McKinnon already off the bat. Very excited about having Kate. We're putting together some proton packs. There it is, black proton packs with a little bit of gray. So we're working on that right now. So we built one. I built one off stream. That's right. I wanted to get a sense. I haven't worked with Lego in a while. I wanted to see how it felt. I did one off stream. So we're going to work on the other ones. We're going to make 3 more. And as I said, this is black on black with just a little bit of gray. So it's not the most interesting, intricate build that we're working on right now. If you haven't followed me here on Twitch, go ahead and give me a follow if you could. That'd be really helpful. That way you know when the streams have started. As I said, I do 2 streams a week on Thursday and Saturday. I will be streaming next week, both on Thursday and Saturday. And then the following week, I will be in Seattle. So I will not stream on Thursday because I will be arriving there. I might do a saved, not on my YouTube channel stream, just to check settings or whatever. But that Saturday, I have high hopes that I will be able to live stream from my hotel room at a decent bit rate and get that up to you and buy something at PAX West in Seattle and then build it, or at least start building it with you. That's the goal anyway. We'll see if that happens, but that's what I would like to do anyway. All right, so we're working on our build here. We're putting together, we're working on a proton pack. This is going to be proton pack number 2 of 4. That's right. This Ghostbusters kit, I'm going to reach and grab the box and show you the box. This kit we're working on right here. Look at that. Look at that, baby. You get yourself all the Ghostbusters. You get all of them. So we're working on that. So we're working on proton packs for all our Ghostbusters. I'm very excited about doing this build. This is going to be a fun one. And as I said, I apologize for it being hard to see things due to the fact that I am building a black, using lots of black pieces on a black working surface. I'll be real with you, y'all. I really should look into getting myself some sort of tablecloth. So I'm going to work surface cloth. Maybe something that felt. Maybe a felt countertop. Like something green. That would really pop. All right, so we're putting on some cover pieces here. We're getting this together. Y'all got anything you want to say in chat? Now's a great time to do that as I do this silly part of the build here. Just working on my proton packs. Working on all these cool proton and packs. So yeah, if you have anything you want to do, anything you did this weekend you want to chat about, let me know what's going on out there in the old chat room. Would really appreciate it. I went to FlameCon today. I think my display name on Twitter still says FlameCon. That is a queer convention, comic convention that happens here in New York City. It's still happening tomorrow, so if you're a New York resident, you could pop over and go see that and support them. I love that convention. It's one of my favorites. It's very welcoming, very charming, very nice convention, full of good people. So yeah, that was my day today. Was going to that. This was my day off. Streaming my day off. I love it, so I don't mind doing it. Just dropped a piece, so I am now digging for that piece because it didn't fall on the floor. And if it didn't fall on the floor, well, then I'm gonna be able to catch it. Uh, a lot of times people say when they assemble Lego like this, they just use the box to keep all the pieces in so they don't slide around. Unfortunately, this box uh, opens on the side, so I would have to cut it open to use this for that. But in the future, if I'm doing more Lego builds and that's something that I could do, I might take advantage of that concept. If you have any Lego tips or tricks, feel free to let me know. Because it's a long time since I've been doing Lego, y'all. It's been quite a while. All right, so we got another one done. We did another of our proton packs. So we'll be able to finish that one off, put that aside up there. Right now, bag one is proton packs. It was 2 of our minifigs and the Echo 2, the motorcycle. So we'll be able to work on that. Pop back 2 pages. We got 2 more proton packs to build. And the great thing is that I am getting very good at building proton packs because this is now my 3rd one that I'm building. You can see if you look down in the bottom here in the bottom right corner of the stream, you'll see what we're building today. So the thing is, I haven't done Lego in quite some time, and I've certainly never done it on stream. So I don't know how long this build is going to be. It could be, like, I don't expect to finish today, but we could be done on Tuesday. It could be a 2-day build. It could be a 3-show build. I'm not really sure. So I don't know if I'll be done by the time I head out to Seattle, but I might be. So that would be interesting to see if that happens. Because I have no plans right now of the thing I'm building next. But we'll see. I also have been thinking about maybe doing, like, right after I finish a build, maybe I'll do a game or something. Do something like the kids do. And stream a game every once in a while. See if people are into doing something like a Jackbox Party game or something like that. That's something that we certainly could do every now and again, like to celebrate the finish of a build. We could, like, take a show off or half a show off or something like that. I've been discussing it. There's thoughts I have of it. Somebody took a clip of the stream. I don't know about that. I don't know where that went. We'll see what's going on later about that. That's interesting. All right. Yeah. So I'm still working on here on our proton packs. We've got 2 done. We got 2 more to go. It's pretty quick to put these together because I'm getting good at it. Because, like I said, this is the 3rd one I'm putting together now, so I'm getting pretty good at getting the right pieces. And as I said, a lot of these pieces are black on black. That is unfortunate. As we start getting more into the build, we'll start dealing with other colors. It'll be a lot easier to see. So just your patience is appreciated as we get going on this build. If I seem a little more lethargic than my normal chipper self, it's because I am incredibly tired. Some of my viewers know I've been talking about it kind of nonstop, that I was working on a project here that had just finished up. As I work on a comedy wrestling league, and we just finished our big show for the season. We got another show coming up in a couple months, but last night was our big one because there are a lot of wrestlers here in New York this weekend for SummerSlam. I had a lot of wrestlers in town, and we did a comedy wrestling show that I helped produce. And I love to produce that show, but it takes a lot out of me. And it was a big success. I was very happy with it, but I'm also incredibly tired. So, and then I went to, like I said, I went to a convention today. So that took a lot out of me. I'm looking forward to, I wanted to say, off stream, before we started tonight, we hit the sex number. That's right, 69 followers. Now, while I'd love to continue to build this, to build my brand, to build the show, to get more people involved and more people watching, especially watching live, having the sex number is pretty great. 69 followers is pretty cool. So thank you to everybody who's been giving me that follows. I really appreciate it. And while I don't mind 70, I'm pretty psyched to be 69 right now. Anyway, so I went to convention today, so I'm tired. I'm really tired. I've worked tomorrow. It'll be fine. I worked a little bit on 2 of the days that I didn't have work, and it's kind of taken a lot out of me. But we're hitting the home stretch. We're getting there. We're almost ready for my trip to Seattle. I can't wait. I mean, it's a vacation, folks, but I do a lot of work while I'm there. Like, I'm still putting on 3 panels. Oh, my voice is cracked there. That was weird. I put on 3 comedy shows while I'm out there. 404ing it, the improvised postmortem, and of course, the League of Heels PAX Rumble. So that's a lot, and I'll say this: Aaron Trites, my good friend Aaron Trites, he puts a lot of work into the League of Heels show. In the moment, I have a lot to do, but in the lead up, he takes care of a lot of it, and then we brainstorm about things and have fun with it, and help each other, of course. But he's doing a lot of the prep work right now. So I don't want to say that I'm doing like a lot of work for that show. I'm still doing some work for that show. And if anybody wants to pop into chat, now would be an awesome time to do that, as we are about 20 minutes into our hour-and-a-half show tonight. I assume I'll be doing an hour and a half. Could be just an hour because I am pretty tired. But if we get a lot of views, right now we got 3 viewers right now. So if we start bumping up into higher numbers, I will probably keep going for a while. But as it stands now, I think I'm probably going to do an hour. Because like I said, I'm really tired. I'm going to take a sip of water right now so you all can see me drink a little bit of water. Very refreshing. Used to be pretty cold. It's not so cold right now. All right. One more little bit of this, and then we are ready to move on. Look at that. That's a proton pack. That's done. I got 4 proton packs built. So then we're going to work on this like trap device here. Got one piece that is unlike all the others in the bag, which is very cool. Working on our containment unit. So that's clear. All right, is that clear or is that gray? I believe that's clear. I'm going to say that's a clear piece there. Clear into a gray square. Are they the same color? Oh, it's gray. Okay. It's actually, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's a little hard to look at some of this stuff. Because of the black background, some of these colors are not popping. And I think I'm going to refer to the box here and see if I can find her trap. Nope, that's a gray piece. Okay, great. It's good to go for reference for that. I could also just probably flip to the front page of the book as well, but it's good for reference sometimes. Some of these pieces are very similar, and I don't want to pick a piece that is I don't want to pick the wrong piece, you know? So we'll do that, and we will build our 2 traps. One of which looks like, hello, Urzog? I believe your name is Urzog. If I said that wrong, I apologize. Hello, and welcome to our chat room here. We are building the Echo 1 and Echo 2 playset here for Ghostbusters 2016. Welcome to the room. Just doing a little building here. And yeah, now we built some traps. Now we've got our traps empty, and full, I guess. So we'll put those aside because we finished them. Hooray! All right. Oh, we're going to build ourselves a motorcycle. Pretty excited about that. Going to do a little motorcycle build. All right. This one's a little easier. A lot of these pieces are pretty much together. So we can do that. And that goes like that. And then that goes like that. Cool. That went together pretty fast. And then that's a clear piece there. Looks like it. Yep. Clear piece on the front. Put some wheels on it. And into tires. We're going to do that next. Yeah, so I went to FlameCon today, as I think I said a couple times, which is a really fun convention. If you're in the New York area, you can still go tomorrow. Look at flamecon.org to find out more about it. There is a sticker that I could apply to this. I'm not going to. I will eventually, but I'm not going to do it tonight. All right, so that was most of the bike. We're now working on the back of the bike. Should be pretty straightforward build. We're just kind of working with what's left of our bag one. We're working pretty fast on bag one here. So that's good. So that goes on that side. And then the grate goes on this side. And then you turn it over. These instructions are very straightforward and seem to be really easy to follow, which is great because as you may know if you watched our previous builds, the last two Gundam builds we did, the instructions were in Japanese, and of course you're just going by the photos, but it's hard because you're not getting all the reference photos. Sometimes there's information in those that don't quite make sense. So it's nice to have a little bit of information that you can use. All right, so put that there. And then, what's that? Oh, that's a, okay, we're working on that there. And there. And it goes there. Got some tools here going here. All right, and that goes on the back of our motorcycle. Echo 2. Great. It's coming together real nice. All right. So we have pieces here. Right down here. These are all extra pieces. I'm going to bring them down so you can see them. So now we have a bunch of extra spare parts from that bag one. Now they might go into something from bag two. They might have just been duplicates, like an extra arm and an extra leg for our demon guy. So that's fine. I'm going to grab a bag here. Oop, reached for it, and I got it. So I'm going to grab a bag, and I'm going to put these spare parts in that bag. This was bag one. And so now bag one has it's been completed, except for these spare parts that might come in handy in another build, which is great. Yeah, okay. So we'll put those in there, and we're going to put that bag aside. I'm going to put that bag over on my side table. Great. Okay, so now we're going to start working on, oops, got one more piece that is an extra piece. Great, so whoop, sorry about that. I even have even more. I have a bunch of extra pieces from that, so, which shouldn't worry me. Doesn't worry me. We might actually end up using a couple of those pieces. You never really know. All right, so now we're going to open bag two. I'm going to move my stuff aside that we worked on, put that in the corner here. We're gonna open up bag two. We're gonna start going on bag two. Instead of spreading it all out, I'm gonna try to leave some of it in the bag. I know that makes crinkle crankle noises, and that's not fun. Because there's a lot of pieces in this bag. All right. Wow. Yeah. Look at all that. Lots of pieces. We're gonna put together another minifig here. It looks like. So we'll get going on that. Body, head, and hair. Looking for head and hair. Head and hair. Great. I just have to find the hair, and then we'll be good to go on another minifig, which will be 3 out of 4. Yep. Looks like we're opening this bag all the way. We're going for it. Bag 2, opened. Steering wheel, various pieces. I'm looking for hair, which I am unable to find. So now I have to open up one of the other bags. Is it in here? Now, if I had a huge workspace, I had a huge table, then I would open up all of the bags and start organizing them by color and shape. That's what a lot of people who do big Lego projects do. Instead of going back at a time, they start. I believe it's called knolling. I'm not about that. That's not my jam. That's not my thing. So I'm not going to worry about doing that. I do want to point out one cool thing about this kit. So there's our Lego face on one there. They got two faces. They got very happy and sad or scared. I'm doing all happy, right? These are quality, awesome Ghostbusters that know what they're doing, and they're very confident. So I'm going all confident Ghostbusters. All right, and then I have to put a proton pack on this one, so we'll do that. Boom. Assembled. Ready to go. I'm even going to take this proton pack off and put it in her hand. Now, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just put that there. Okay, we're going to just do that instead. I'll deal with it later because I'm building things that she's going to hold. So I should get those things. Get some weapons for her to hold. So we'll do that next here. Whew, all right. Okay, so we're working on some weapon stuff, looks like. Or, devices for her to be able to read what's going on out there. All right. Got some unusual pieces of devices here. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. I appreciate there's a bunch of extra pieces because I could drop something at any time, as is my want and is my style. So I appreciate that they seem to be packing in extra pieces for me. So yeah, so we got a cool little device right there. And then put that aside, and we'll work on the next one here. Reading device here. I got one of the pieces I need, and then just looking for the other ones. And like any good build, this takes forever until it doesn't, because as you start making more and more parts of it, then your number of pieces decrease, and it gets a lot easier. Okay, and then gotta find a little piece here. My goal is to do all of this build on stream and do no extra work other than what I did before we started today. So my hope is to complete this totally on stream in front of y'all. That next Thursday at 8 p.m. we'll continue. We're going to keep going here. We're going to do at least another half an hour. I might go a little longer if people pop into the chat. I might continue a little bit, but right now we are still working on this weapon here, or actually it's not a weapon, it's a reader. So we're just looking for one tiny piece that is a little black piece, which is the hardest pieces to find in this build because I'm on a black table and it is dark in here. I said at the very top of the stream, if you weren't here for that, that I'm in my bedroom tonight instead of in the living room, which I've been doing my streams out of. The last 3 streams, I believe, I've been in the living room. But I moved here into my own bedroom as to give a little more peace and quiet to my roommate, who has been very, very understanding when it comes to me starting up this endeavor of streaming. And I'm going to give it another moment to sort through here and try to find this one piece I need, and then we'll just move on. because it is. There it is. Found it. It's not really fun to watch me just look for a piece. So great. So we got that. It's another cool thing here. That goes aside. All right. So now we're actually going to start Echo 1. We're doing it, y'all. Things are happening. I'm popping over here back to chat, making sure they're going to go okay. I've got some notifications on Twitter. I'm going to look at those real quick. This is unrelated, which is fine. I got some tweets that were unrelated to what I'm doing right now. So that's fine. That's cool. That's totally okay. All right, let's get started. We're working on our Echo 1. We're going to start with this square black piece. Got it. 3 on the side, 3 on the side. It's mostly to scale these kind of kits, which are very nice because you can kind of see what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right. And okay, found those. I probably could null this bag and sort it by color. And if I have the time for prep work before our next stream on Thursday, I'll probably do that. Because as I'm looking at this, I'm like, that would have been smart. But, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I try to be, but I'm not always the smartest guy in the world. We'll do that there. Okay. No big changes in my viewing habits since I last spoke to all of you. I believe the last time I talked to the stream, we were talking about anime, because that's something I watch a lot of. And no new episodes of the shows I watched since on Thursday, so I continue to just be watching the same shows. I talked a little bit about streamers that I watch. I don't watch a lot of live streams as they happen, but I do watch a lot of clips on YouTube of streamers that put up their own clips, not clips that other people make. I'm talking about like their own streamers, like people that like do it themselves. One of the people I watch is Acolyte, who is a YouTube streamer that streams. He streams a bunch of stuff, but he's found success with PUBG. His videos have a lot of views. He's very good at Battlegrounds, so I would recommend checking him out. A friend of mine described it as stuff that makes him feel bad for how good that Acolyte is. So if you're not ready to feel bad about your own game style, maybe don't check it out. But I found him to be entertaining to watch. There are a few other streamers that I check out, but that's the major one for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Now, if you're like me and you play Hearthstone a bunch, there are several streamers you could watch their YouTube videos later after the fact. And I think both of them fit in the categories. I would say, like, I wouldn't want to hang out with Criparian. I don't think that Crip is the best guy in the world. But he's a very informative, I don't think he's a harmful person. I think there are plenty of streamers out there that are actually harmful for their own audience. And I don't think that he qualifies as one of those people. So I would say in that respect, he's fine. I just think that he's also like very good at Hearthstone and very knowledgeable at Hearthstone, and so I can appreciate that, even if I don't think he's like the coolest dude. A guy that I think is actually pretty nice and pretty okay, that is in similar vein, is Firebat on YouTube. Firebat is another guy that does a lot of Hearthstone stuff, and he kind of came into it. He's a younger guy. He kind of came into it later than a lot of people with streaming and playing games, and he's fine. He's good at games. He's got longer clips. He did a thing called deck doctoring, which I think is very helpful, where people that are subscribers to him and paid subscribers to his Twitch channel can send him decks, and he'll do a game with that deck, and then he'll tweak it and kind of look at it, deck doctor it, and then do another one. And that's actually like pretty helpful and pretty cool. Um, so that's yeah. So those are the two streamers that I watch a lot of content of on the old internet. Um, I don't watch a lot of like live streams. I'm watching a lot of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but like I'm watching uh, Kate Stark, twitch.tv/Kate. She's doing a whole day stream right now, and I know a few of my friends who normally watch me are watching her stream, which is totally fine because she's a bigger streamer than I am. And more power to people that want to watch her. Um, she plays a lot of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, so I enjoy watching her play that. There's a few other friends of mine. Will Smith, not Will Smith, on twitch.tv plays a lot. Will is uh, very fun. He's a very fun streamer for that because he's a little manic when it comes to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So I'm watching a lot of that. I've been playing some PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, not as much as I'd like. I just don't have a lot of time right now to play a game that I am bad at. So I haven't been doing as much of that as I would like. Um, but yeah, in the chat, if you want to tell me about any games you're playing, if there's anything you want to play there. So I'm aware. Okay, I am aware right now. All right, I know that people like to chill out and just kind of like watch me build or listen as I talk as I'm building, and they don't necessarily feel like they want to like chat and see what's up. So I understand that. But if you feel like jumping in the chat, let me know what you're doing, if you're playing any games right now. I'd love to hear from you. It allows me to kind of come with some conversation. Makes doing this a lot easier. So if you're feeling like you want to let me know what's up with you, that would be great. I'd love to hear it. Kind of riff on what you're talking about. But otherwise, I'll just keep blabbering a bit. I've been watching a little bit of Breakfast and Battlegrounds for Waypoint. They're streaming on YouTube, or streaming on Twitch, and then archived on YouTube. Sorry, my apologies. That's Austin Walker and Patrick Klepek, and I'm friends with those guys. So like, it's nice to watch them stream. You know, that's kind of why I do it. I don't really do it for any other reason other than they're doing it, so it's fun to kind of watch them go. And also, they're playing entertainment-wise. They want to win, but they're not going to win, and they know it. They're going to win off stream. They're not going to win with an audience at work, or at least one of them is working. Patrick works from home, and Austin is in the office, but they're doing a level of performance that they're not going to be able to like concentrate enough to actually win a game. All right, so I'm looking for a piece right now. This is annoying. It looks unlike any other piece, so it should be very easy to find, but I'm having trouble finding it. So now I will go slowly through every piece that I have here as I try to find a piece that seems to have like a side to it. It's 4 across and then 2 up. It's an unusual piece, so I'm going to slowly start going through everything until I find the piece that I need. Sometimes I found it. I found it. It was blending in because it's black, so it's blending in with the table. But don't worry about it. I found it. All right, and then we put that on there. Cool. This is all coming together. And great. 2 red pieces, 2 gray squares. I like seeing the red pieces. Makes it a lot easier to see what's going on. I'm honestly very afraid that I'm going to finish this. Like, there's only 4 bags, and we're like halfway through the second bag. I'm very afraid I'm going to finish this like next Thursday, and have nothing for that Saturday. The nice thing is, I can go to places. I can go to a super Kmart if I need to. I've been buying most of my stuff on Amazon, but I can always go to Kmart. That actually reminds me that I have a donation link on twitch.tv/PatBaer. Underneath the stream, there's a donation link. Any money that comes in from that goes directly to purchasing more kits, more builds. No one is ever under any obligation to ever give me any money, But if you like what I do and you want to support it, you can always give me a quick donation there. That would be awesome. And then I would use that money to just directly purchase more model kits and more Lego and more builds. So that's always an option, but obviously no one is obligated to do that. But I figured I'd mention it. But yeah, I'm a little afraid I'm going to finish this next week, next Thursday. But that's fine because it's fun. All right. Yeah, we're already on page 32. Of course, a lot of these pages are like only like 2 minor like pieces. This is a good like fast build. The Lego is obviously very different from the builds we've done previously. I got a question in the chat. Do I read any books that you could recommend? So unfortunately, right now I haven't read anything in quite some time. My leisure kind of like rest activities as of late have not included any books. So I don't have anything right off the bat to recommend. Honestly, the last book I read was Amy Poehler's biography, because she's my boss at the Upright Citizens Brigade. She's not my day-to-day boss, but she is like the boss of all of my boss. So that's kind of, I think, the last book I read, and I really enjoyed it. But I think that's the last one I read. So I apologize that I don't have a great answer. If anybody else wants to pop into chat and talk about a book they really liked, feel free. Yeah, my leisure time when I get home, I'm usually watching stuff on the internet, or watching other people's work and comedy videos and stuff like that. And then I have a commute where my commute is about 15 minutes on the subway and then 15 minutes walking. And so I've been mostly just play Pokemon or something on my phone. So I don't do a lot of reading there. I really should. I'm slightly embarrassed. Don't worry about it. But I am slightly embarrassed that I don't have a better answer for books to recommend. Yeah, I don't read as much as I should. And then I do a lot of I was doing some books on tape when I was reading more. Yeah, I apologize for not having a better answer for that. I'm trying to think if there's anything from the last time I listened to a podcast that was sponsored by Audible, if anybody had any recommendations that I thought was cool. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so I apologize for that. I should do some more reading. I will say that like now about 3 hours of my week that was kind of my own social time is now streaming, which is awesome. I'm not mad about that. I'm doing this on my own because I want to. But it is I've now added a little bit more, taken away a little bit of my free time by doing this. But this feels way more constructive because I'm like, I've wanted this. I'll say this. I've wanted this Lego kit for a very long time. I've been eyeing it since 2016. And this was the nice thing of like, I want to do a Lego kit next. What's out there on Amazon that I can get in 2 days? Boom, this. Now I got it. So that makes me very happy. These are white pieces. 2 short white pieces to stack. Great. Let's do that on the red. Yeah. All right. So we're getting some progress here. We're moving on very well. I'm still awake, which I'm very happy about. As I said, it's been a long week. I'm going to have another drink of water. I apologize. All right, we're back in it. I apologize for that. All right. The groom of the stool. Hello. Hello to you. Yes, the Cubs in chat. All right. Yeah. Everyone's here in the Bear Cave. I don't know if they're Cubs. I don't know if I want to take on that connotation, or if people are comfortable with that. But that's fine. That's a there should be a name for the chat. Cubs is pretty good. Uh, take that. I'll take that under advisement. I'll say that. But hello to you as well. Oh, I missed a piece. There was a step with a piece that I just plain missed, and I caught it. Caught it fast, guys, and girls, and non-binary gendered types. All right, so we're putting this here across. Great, everything's going out pretty well. We're working on our car here. It's coming along pretty good. And then that snaps into, oh wow, cool. That snaps into this. And that goes on like that. Wow, all right. This is coming together. We got a shape of a vehicle happening here. It's really coming together good. Uh, Honestly, like part of the reason why I wanted to do this build was one, I really enjoyed the movie and I'd like to have this kit. And then two is that Kate McKinnon studied at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, East Village, and Chelsea. When I'm still here, it's still there. But she studied, and I became a friend before she had done the big gay sketch show on TV on Logo. But she hadn't gotten SNL obviously when she was studying, and so we became friends and we're very friendly. And I'm so thrilled for her success. So the idea of having an action figure of her makes me very happy. Going on back to chat, we got an actual question in chat. Very excited about that. So this is a Garmin. Uh, um, it is much like the walk trackers. Tells you how many steps you've taken. I am 3,900 over my goal because I went to a convention. So I walked a lot more than I needed to. I walked about 8 miles today. And then it's letting me know that I've been inactive. I've been sitting in this chair for too long. So I believe it's a Vivo is the name of it, Garmin Vivo. It's a walking tracker. The nice thing is that it takes like a watch battery and lasts a whole year. So you don't have to charge it because it has like a light, and then you can sync it to an app on your phone. And it also like kind of like tracks your sleep for the week, which is pretty helpful. This was a Christmas gift for my parents 2 years ago. Um, and I like not needing my phone to check the time. That's honestly, it's kind of nice to hit your goal. It's a nice feeling. And then as you hit your goals more and more, oh, look at this. Suddenly your goals are bigger because they want you to keep doing it. Uh, so it gamifies it a bit, which I'm never opposed to. Um, but anyway, as I was saying, I'm going back to what I was saying. Kate is a wonderful person who I admire greatly. It's great work ethic, incredibly funny, and also like, hey, I'm here to tell you, Kate McKinnon, very nice, just like a nice, sweet, wonderful person. So I'm so happy for her. So this 2016 Ghostbusters, I'll say this. I'll probably say this a few times as I'm building this. It has a special place in my heart. It was written by Katie Dippold, who I've known for years. She lives in LA. I don't see her as much as I'd like to. Neil Casey is the villain in it. There's all these people that I know. My friend Neil, my buddy Neil, one of the smartest people I know. Like just, not, I don't think he's a genius, but he is incredibly intelligent. And it's been so nice for him to like get great acting work because I think he's fantastic. He's a fantastic person. So I was thrilled that he was doing well. And my buddy Neil is in the Ghostbusters movie. It's just, it just makes me so happy. I'm always, like, which people will talk about comedians, they talk about like, the cutthroat, and people are so like, like out to get each other and all that. And of course, that's not 100% like wrong. That's true, but it's more true for stand-ups than it is for sketch comedians or improv comedians. Because stand-ups are by nature solo. There's exceptions to that rule, of course. And whereas improvisers are mostly like team effort kind of people. Like you're only as good as your weakest player. So like surround yourself with quality good people. So that way you get, you can accomplish the goals that you're setting out to accomplish. That goes in front of that, like that. But does that leave an empty space? I'm sorry, folks. This is gonna take a second here because it looks like I have an empty space in this piece, but I can't see that well to look if I do. That should just be 2 there. Goes across that. I don't believe there should be an empty space in this build, but right now it looks like there is. We should be okay. I'm going to assume that there is an empty space there, because if there isn't, it's fine. But if I have to go back and fix something, I certainly will. Look at that there. That goes to that. That goes. Okay, so there is something is off about the build I've got right now, y'all. So I'm going to go use this piece. I'm going to pop some stuff off, and we're going to figure out what I did wrong. All right, so we're popping that off. We might have to pop these off. We're going to go back a couple steps. Aren't you excited about that? About knowing what I did wrong and how to fix it. I'm not sure what I did, but it's definitely wrong. It's good. I get to use this piece here. Oh, that worked out really well. As I said, this thing didn't exist when I was building Lego, and it is a very excellent tool, this spreader. All right, so I built this. It looks like that. Goes on here. It seems to go next to that. But when I put it on, it should be lower. Oh, it should be lower. So why isn't it lower? I don't know why it's not low. Why it's lower, or why it's not lower. This is it's an interesting problem to have, folks. Oh, the PAX Rumble. Yes, I'm also looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite things that I get to do. Yeah, I can't wait for it. Okay. So having a moment here where I can't figure out why this is the way it is. So I'm going to take my time with it, trying to get this right, everybody. It's important to get this right. Not there. So, okay. So go here. And that shouldn't be flush. So that's where we're problem right now. We're running into a problem here. Oh yeah, Abby Russell. Yes. The funny thing about Abby is that I've never met her, still, which is very weird. The improv world is big enough in New York where you can not know everybody that's doing it, which is fun. It's kind of fun that that's the case, that there's like people I don't know. And like, yeah, like I've never met her. I'm looking forward to meeting her. I think I will actually this week. I believe that we're gonna have a run-in. And we're in the same circles and we know a lot of the same people. It's just we haven't like had any time to meet each other. All right, what if I do this? Is that okay? Let's do that. Let's just do that. I don't know why this isn't working the way I want it to. Oh, I know. Okay, I figured it out, y'all. I figured it out. I put some gray pieces in the wrong spot. So I don't know if I can see this. So right here is where I was supposed to put it. I put it on top. I messed up a step along the way. And now that I know where I messed up, this is all going to come back together very fast. And I apologize for that delay. But there was a delay there as I had to figure that out. And it was really annoying. But it's not annoying anymore because now I know why it went wrong. Then we put those double pieces there. Great, so we figured it out. Yeah, Abby Russell is a really funny person. I love having a comedian working at Giant Bomb instead of just a bunch of goofs. They're all funny people. Don't get me wrong. I do think they're generally all very talented and funny. But to have somebody that like is a legit comedian and that is her deal is pretty great. All right, so we're moving along. We figured out what our problem was, and now we're moving right along with it. Oh, we got another piece of scrap. All right, I'm going to stream for a little bit longer. We're about 9 p.m., but I'm going to do at least another 10 minutes or so, I think. I'm having a good time. I'm awake still, so why not stream a little bit more as long as y'all are hanging out in the chat, or at least hanging out in the room. And like I said, as always, like I said, you have something you would like to say, the chat is right there. I'm reading the chat as I'm building. It does keep me going, so anything you can talk about there, that'd be great. I archive all this. If you missed the beginning, if you want to catch the Death Scythe build that we did, you can always go to youtube.com/PatBaer. See promo videos I've been making for the League of Heels PAX Rumble show, because that is a show that I promote. I help work on and promote with Aaron Trites, good boy Aaron Trites. Legitimately good man, no secrets, no lies, just a great dude. Aaron works very hard on the PAX show, so I like to, when I can, help him out by promoting it. Is that a white piece? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. Yes, great. All right, we're moving along on this build. Yes, the groom. I'm also happy that Abby is involved in more than just the production work. It would have been, for Vinny's sake, would have been great if they just hired someone that just did production, although Abby is so talented and so naturally funny, and like very nice. So I'm glad that she's got the opportunity to be more than just that. It would be kind of a waste if she was just there to make their videos, because if you just want someone in production, you can hire someone who is boring as hell. But that business is too small to just have people only do one thing. You got to do everything. I mean, even Drew wrote reviews now and again. Of course, not that many, Drew Scanlon, but he did reviews now and again because sometimes you gotta. All right, that's. Oops. This is, yeah, like I said, this is moving pretty fast. I'm enjoying this build so far. Been happy to do it. I'm looking for 2 pieces that I cannot find. That's wrong. It's weird to not be able to find pieces because there's only so many left that I'm looking at. So it's very strange to be like, why can't I find these 2 pieces? There's like no pieces left. Oh, there we go. Found them. Great. Moving along there. And moving along there. All right. So we did that. Got some notifications on Twitter. I'm going to look at that real quick. See what's going on in the tweets. Just some stuff there. Great. That's fine. Yeah, I agree with you. It is a bummer for Jason, especially because one of my favorite features for Giant Bomb, those of you that watch Giant Bomb know, I really enjoy Rank King of Fighters, which is a show where it's a premium show for premium members on Giant Bomb, where Jason and Jeff, Jason and Jeff Gersman, rank every fighting game. I mean, then they usually do 2 or 3 per episode and just look at a game, look at a fighting game, play it a lot, and then rank it along with the games they've already ranked. It's very fun. It is tongue in cheek. There is science is applied, but it's still pretty tongue in cheek, and I really enjoy it. but it's hard to find the time to do that because Jason is a one-man production crew. I always said my hope is that Ben is learning some of that to be helpful, but don't quote me on that. I don't know that to be true. Um, I should say, you might not know this, but if you like fun, really well done internet content, that the fine folks at Giant Bomb have a trial for their subscription. I think it's $50 a year, or $5 or $10 a month. It's like 50 a year, I think. But you can try that for all their bonus content, and I recommend it. I'm a member. I've been a member since day one. I pay for my account. No freebies for Baer for that. But I recommend the content. Uh, if you like people who are fun talking about video games and playing games, it's totally worth it. It's totally worth the money. I think the trial, you can't download the videos. The normal membership, you can also download videos instead of watching them. So if you're dealing with bandwidth or you want to have a bunch of videos on your phone, you can do that, but you can't do that in trial. You can just do that in the regular service. But I recommend trying it out if you've never been a member. I don't know. That's something to think about. You don't have to. I'm not making you. People got to spend their money the way they want to spend it, right? We're really building a lot of random bullshit, and I'm very excited about this. We're going to go another 10 minutes or so. Thanks for sticking with me here on this chat. Thanks for being in here. I'm going to quickly dry my face a little bit because I'm sweating a lot. So, sorry. Apologize for that. I have all my fans off, obviously. Can't do a stream with a bunch of fans going because I'm also near two of my windows, which are closed, but I'm still near them. So it gets a little hot in here. I haven't thought ahead to what's going to happen in the winter when I have my heater, which I guess I will turn off while I'm streaming and just wear a lot of layers. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but I think that's what's going to happen is like right before I start, I'll like shut off the valve of the thermostat and like, because I've got like a heater, the pump of all the, that it will heat the room. I don't honestly know what I'm trying to say right there. So I'm like, the plan right now is that I guess in the wintertime when I'm streaming, I'll just turn off the heat or turn down the heat so it doesn't hiss and make a lot of noise while I'm streaming. I guess that's the plan. You discovered Groom. You discovered Giant Bomb. There's something in the extra live stream in 2013. Oh, cool. So I was not a GameSpot guy. I was a 1UP guy. I really liked 1UP.com. But I knew about Jeff Gerstmann and what happened to him at GameSpot. So I was aware, and then when all of 1UP finally imploded and ended, I needed some more podcasts because I was listening to like 6 1UP podcasts, and suddenly I didn't have a bunch. And my friend Porter Mason, who's a comedian and cartoonist, was like, "You should listen to the Giant Bombcast. They're very good." And so that was like a while ago. Their website was pretty new when I joined and came in. And then they were part of Whiskey Media. And then when they started doing the membership, I immediately jumped in on that because I felt like that was the right thing to do because I really liked their content. And I belonged to Tested.com for quite some time. I believe I stopped being a member of Tested once Will left because I do really enjoy Adam Savage, and I enjoy like the rest of that site, Norm Chan, but it just wasn't the same site, and the content wasn't exactly what I was looking for since the site got sold. So I eventually stopped being it. And I also realized I wasn't watching their bonus features. I wasn't. And if you're paying a membership fee to take advantage of some cool extra stuff and then you don't watch that extra stuff, then what are you paying for, right? Same thing with Giant Bomb. I do a yearly subscription, but I watch a lot of their content. I gotta finish off watching Blue Bombing this week's episode because I didn't watch it live, so I gotta go check that out soon. Great. Look at that. Look at that front of that vehicle. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's see here. Oh, the Echo One. So excited. Uh, so excited to get these pieces together. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna put this. Look at that license plate. Oh, can't wait. Yeah, I haven't. I've only watched the beginning of it. I know that Austin is a guest. Who? Austin Walker. Someday in the perfect world, Austin will be a guest on this show. Was honestly and earnestly inspired by Austin a couple years ago. The bit he did for like the Gunpluck Club. It was just a throwaway bit that he did as if he was a streamer who did Gundam build live streams. And when I saw that, I messaged him. Was like, "Oh, that bit was very funny. Also, when are we doing that for real? When is Build Club going to be a thing?" And of course, he left Giant Bomb, and then he has his own site. And I said, "Cool. When is that going to be a thing?" And it's not. He's doesn't have the time for it. So eventually, I got inspired to do this myself. But I owe a lot to Austin for basically giving me the idea that I should do this kind of show. So I hope to someday have Austin Walker as a guest. My setup is mobile, so I could go to him if he wants to, get into it and start building. We could do that anytime. I would love it. Cool. So we got our license plate. No, I don't know if my voice is. You know what? I'll say this. I don't know if I want to know if my voice is right for ASMR. It might be. I might have a great voice for ASMR, but that's not necessarily what I want to do. Actually, honestly, to be fair, oh, Mr. Bob, yeah, I mean, this is because of like the idea of Build Club. But as far as ASMR goes, I've been told that some people, one of the reasons why my chat isn't always bumping is because some people like to listen to this while they do other things, which is fine, which is great. I have no problem with that. If people want to just have it on the background, I know that my friend Kirby, who is very busy this evening, and has not joined us in chat, but they were working on a costume piece for FlameCon this weekend while I streamed, which is awesome. I think that's very cool. So I get why people aren't always chatting while I'm building. Okay, so Urzog, ASMR is this thing that people. Yes, Groom, you said it before I could. The tingles. It's this kind of thing of like, I'll do a very small amount, but I'm not going to do a lot of it. I'm just going to do a very small amount right now. It's this particular type of almost NPR like whisper. And some people respond to other things in other ways. People like to, there's like scenarios that have like massages. Some people really, their bodies just relax. It's very funny because I know some people who are like, aha, ASMR. And then like, listen, they go, oh, I'm really into ASMR. Okay. Yeah, it's like the kringle tingles in your body. Some people respond to voices in a certain way. Not everyone does. Some people do. And I got no problem with it. It's just not my thing. And I know that it's very soothing because a lot of it is very positive and some of it's kind of new agey. I know I don't have good recommendations for it. It's not my scene and it's not my style. So I don't know who to recommend. But I bet there are articles on like popular good websites, there's probably articles of like the best ASMR out there, in medical field. 'Cause it's not a medical thing, but um, I'm sure that there are plenty of people out there talking about it. And it benefits. And some people it doesn't benefit at all. Some people it's just like whatever. But it's pretty soothing and kind of cool. And so there's like a cottage industry of like a lot of women because women's voices tend to soothe a lot of people. And not trying to stereotype. That just seems to be what a lot of ASMR is women doing things like sometimes, like I said, it's scenario based. Like, hey, we're gonna do a checkup, or it could be anything else. Hey, we're gonna paint or a conversation. Um, and it's pretty cool. And I'm like happy for people that it benefits and helps. It's not me. I've tried. Just doesn't. It actually kind of because I'm not able to let go about it. It actually bothers me and like makes me feel weird. So I don't listen to ASMR, but I'm not against it. I'm not one of those who are like I'm attempting anyway to live my life of like hell yeah, like not in it for me, great for you, enjoy it. That's kind of how I'm trying to be in this world when it comes to stuff like that. Because why not? I'm rather try to live that way than live other ways. So very funny games person that I'm not gonna call out here, but I was annoyed with because he was really ragging on Otherkin. Otherkin is a whole separate conversation that I don't know if I'm equipped to really get into. But the easy answer for Otherkin is like, so in a similar way of saying that there are people that are born that feel like they were born misgendered, they were born in the wrong body, they don't feel comfortable. There are people who feel like they uh they are born in the wrong species, that they are a fox spirit that doesn't have any human body, and that was a mistake. It's to do with a little bit with reincarnation and spirit stuff like that. And it's found a home on Tumblr because, of course, it has. Uh, I'm not saying all of this right. I'm not doing it justice. I know that because I don't know enough about it. But like, it's fine. I don't give a shit. Like, okay, are you hurting yourself? Are you hurting other people? Uh, okay, no, all right, great. It's just another step from furries who I don't like ever. I've never had a problem with that. Like, it kind of bums me out that so many people have like legitimate issues with the furry community. It's just like let them fucking be happy and fun. Um, So he kind of surprising because you wouldn't think of it, but there's a great joke that Doug Benson has about he was touring and staying in a hotel that had uh, a fur convention in it, and how awesome it was because it was just like hanging out at a bar with a bunch of mascots. And he even goes to say, he even says it in his stand-up routine, which I think is like very awesome of him. He's like, and to some of them it's a sexual thing, but that's what everything is to everyone. And to a lot of them, it's just like, oh, this is how I'm comfortable. This is the best weekend of my life. I get to do this here with people who respect me and share in my thing. And how awesome that was. And he was like, and then there was a dance party, and there's all these mascots dancing. And I'll be honest, I don't know if mascot is a derogatory term. If I'm using that and the fur community is unhappy with that term, then I don't know that, and I apologize. I'm using the language that Doug was using, but it's just such a positive, fun joke um, from a pot comedian, but I always took that to heart. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Like until a furry punches me in my face, I guess I don't really have a problem with furries. Like, why would I? Um, and I'm trying to be like that with other things, as long as like they're not advocating hurting people, they're not about that. Like, what do I fucking care? Um, it's a lot easier. Or it's a lot easier to go to life just being like, okay, cool. And sometimes you can't do that. I understand. But hell, if I don't try at least, try to just like be good to people and be cool. Um, all right, so I got a step here right now. These pieces look identical, but I know they're not, and so that's stupid. All right, so I did a step wrong, and I'm gonna undo what I did. Uh, I've got clear pieces and white pieces, and they look almost identical. And then I think I realized fast enough that these are wrong, so I'm undoing that step. I'm gonna look over here and chat in just 1 second because I saw you wrote some stuff. Uh, oh, it says cuties killing video games. Felix, my friend Felix Kramer, who's an independent games producer and social media maverick, and helps indie devs finish their games and production for games. Uh, Made this shirt a couple years ago in response to the idea that the kind of threatened idea that by existing or asking for equality, that women in games were doing awful, terrible things to the genre of games by merely existing and asking for the same. So Felix decided to be inclusive instead of women killing video games. She went with cuties because hey, guess what? Men are ruining video games too. Um, the assumption that like the fake geek girl and then also the girl Illuminati, the four women that are controlling all indie games, and labeling Felix as one of those as well. It's just like it's all dumb bullshit uh, that I wouldn't necessarily give the time of day to, but I proudly wear the shirt because it's my friend made it, and I'm supporting my friend and their friends. But also because I know this shirt kind of pisses some people off, and I don't mind that now and again. As much as I want to be cool to everybody, when dealing with garbage people, I take a little bit of a thrill in making them unhappy. Because I got no time for garbage people. There's too much garbage in the world to deal with that. Yeah, and just the main thing is I found I'll say getting involved in games, like getting involved in PAX and gaming conventions and meeting game developers and game designers has been one of my favorite things in the last like 5 years of my life. I've met so many incredibly wonderful people on all sides of making games, from producers to developers to social media people. I've met just incredible folks. Um, and to think that there are people out there who are wonderful people in games that I'll never get to meet because they got driven out and driven away uh, is just such a fucking bummer, because there's so many good people that I know, and I'm bummed about the people that I don't get to meet. And there's also like, I'll get me wrong, there's some fucking garbage people out there too. There's definitely some real garbage out there as well. Um, and I try to avoid giving those people the time of day because I don't need it. Um, but yeah, sometimes I think about the people that I'll never know in games, because they retired or moved to other things or stopped talking about things, felt like they couldn't talk on the internet. That's a bummer. All right, so we got our base here. You can see there's some spots for wheels. You can't see that because it's hard. But this is the base of our vehicle. This is awesome. I'm really psyched about this build, the Echo 1. All right, so we got through 2 bags of 4. We got 2 more to build, and we're not going to get to that right now. We're going to get to that on the next stream, which is, I'm going to look it up because I forget. The next stream is Thursday, August 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That'll be the next time that I stream. I'm going to take all these extra pieces and put them in a bag I'm going to put all this stuff back in the box. I want to thank you very much for joining me on this stream. The archive of this, if you missed the beginning of it or you missed previous episodes, is on youtube.com/PatBaer. My Twitter is twitter.com/PatBaer. And the donation page is on my Twitch stream. Below it is a link to donations. I should probably make an easy URL for that, but I don't have that. I'll be in PAX Seattle, PAX West in 2 weeks. I'll have more promos about that next week. Thank you all so much for joining. Let's go back to this. You can see my sweaty face. Groom, I'm gonna sign off, but I will say, why I got to meet Jeff Green and spend time with Jeff Green. Jeff Green is everyone's game dad, and he means a lot. Him like being a nice dude and hanging out and knowing me is an awesome perk. So I'll say that about Jeff Green. Rest in peace. He's not dead. Thank you all so much for joining. I'll see you on Thursday. Follow me on twitter.com/PatBaer if you don't already, so you can find out when I start promoting my streams. And follow me if you haven't, although 69 followers, the sex number, pretty great. Goodbye.